Oh, man. Welcome back to the Gray Space. I'm Zeke. That is Dre.
Yepers.
And we are back with another fire interview for you guys this week.
Yes. We got another fire one, but y'all know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to become part of the tribe. Do us right. Hit that like and comment because you are loving the content. Now, we got a special guest in the building.
That we do, man. That we do.
And you know, I was on vacay, man. Mm-hmm. I was in Dago, San Diego, for those who don't know. You know what I mean? 75 was beautiful. My boy, my big bro, TJ hit me up. Hey, man, I know you on vacay, but we working. I said, okay, what was going on? He said, man, I got a friend. She's got this event. It's going down. It's going to be crazy. Oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. He's like, matter of fact, I'm on the phone with her right now. Put you on three-way. We got to set up this interview. I said, TJ, say no less. Mm-hmm. She's got a cool story, and she's got a super dope event coming up at the end of this month, and it's going to be the who's and the where's are going to be there. It's going to be a little black and white. It's a little mix of both. You know what I'm saying? Got a little white party, got a little black party. So, you know, everybody can have a good time.
Right.
We got Miss Keisha from Queen Massage AZ in the building.
What's up, guys?
What's up? Welcome to the building.
Thank you. I appreciate both of you guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you have on the all, before we get into the nitty gritty, you have on the all black ensemble. And
I do.
And you know, it's about 100 and call a therapist, a different kind of therapist outside. You know, how are you I need to know, how are you dealing with this heat right now? Because it's been crazy the last couple weeks.
Oh, wow. I just try to stay hydrated.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just stay hydrated.
Fair enough.
Cool, cold water, just hydrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll get into the event. We'll get there, because that's definitely important. But here on the Gray Space, we love stories. And I kind of told you before, we just love to hear kind of the origin stories of people, where they came from, and how they got to where they are today. And you are a massage therapist. You know, on your Instagram page, you have videos of you doing your thing. And what I love is that from the outside looking in, you definitely seem passionate about it, in the sense of like, and this is outside looking in, but it seems like almost a healing thing for you.
It is.
Talk to us kind of how you got into your business, and kind of some of the other things that you do as well.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Chicago.
Okay.
I've been here in AZ for about 16 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was at a crossroad in my life when I pursued massage therapy.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, massage therapy is something that definitely enhanced my life 100%.
Okay.
I was able to be 100% provider for me and my kids, single parent. You know, with that trade, you know, I was able to be financially stable for quite some time, and I appreciate the trade so much.
What was the if you don't mind me asking, what was, or can you give us kind of an insight to what the crossroad was? Because you've been here for 16 years. When did you? No, I mean, so was the 16 years kind of when you started?
No. The crossroad was me being a single mom, working a 9 to 5 that was barely paying the rent.
Right.
You know, so I felt like I wanted more in life, and I wanted to, you know, do something to have a better life for me and my kids.
Okay.
And I remember I was talking to a guy friend, and he was like, you know, go for a personal training program.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm into fitness. Really, I'm not.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
I was like psyching myself out, like, yeah, I could do that. But it so happened that all the classes were booked or filled up. Massage therapy was the only class that was open.
Okay.
And I enrolled, and I've been in it for
So you fell into
years.
it by accident a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I really did. Was not something I was really pursuing at all. But once I got into it, I started to develop this passion for it, and I'm getting so creative in how I'm incorporating it into everything that I do, because I feel like health and wellness should be incorporated into everything that we do.
100%.
Yeah.
So, as you kind of fell into it, were you working for different businesses, or did you, like, once you kind of got your, everything that you needed, did you hit the ground running and said, I want to make it my own business?
Oh my goodness, I was hustling in Chicago.
Okay. So this all started in Chicago.
This
all
was started,
before.
Oh my God! Before I even got my license, I was out there. Once I realized that I can make money massaging people, I started back then. They probably don't even know Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
I would go through the Yellow Pages, and I would call law firms. I would call beauty salons, barber shops, and I would offer my services.
Okay.
And I wasn't even licensed, and I just had that drive, to pursue it, and made my own flyers. I mean, I was already doing marketing and promoting for myself at that time, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just like, oh, this sounds good. Let me email that to them.
Okay.
And got a couple of major law firms that actually wanted to utilize my service. I was so creative with it. I didn't even have a chair. Okay. I did not have a chair. I did not have a massage table.
Okay.
But I did a style of massage that was called shiatsu massage, where you can do this on a floor. You can have like a mat or pillows or whatever, and it's just basically finger pressure type of massage, pressure points. And I couldn't believe it. And I would just utilize whatever they had in their office, like an office chair. I would use that for the massage. And it was so weird. A couple of law firms, like, they were actually laying on the floor, like, on their break,
right?
To get this massage. And I was like, wow, this is powerful. And it just motivated me so much to, like, pursue it. Then I got evicted. Because I'm trying to pursue, another path.
Right.
And so that was taking away from my 9 to 5.
Right.
Because now I'm going to school. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, I want to pursue this and see where it takes me. But I wasn't able to work full time.
Right.
So I lost my apartment, ended up being homeless for a while.
Oh, wow.
But in Chicago, you're never homeless. You just go from friend's house to friend's house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I kind of did that for a while, and had to stop pursuing the massage, because now how can I?
Right.
But a friend had moved out here to Arizona, and she was like, why don't you come out here? And you can still pursue your massage therapy certificate. And I was like, okay, bet.
Okay.
I'll be out there. And that's what I did. So that's my story.
When was that? When did that take place?
Oh, my goodness.
When did you move out here?
That was like 2006.
2006?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you've been out here for a minute. Okay.
Yeah, 2006. Yeah.
What was the transition like? Because obviously we have friends, there's a lot of people out here from the Midwest in general.
I thought this was my fault.
No, you're good.
That was funny.
But yeah, we've got, people down here from Minnesota, from
everywhere.
A lot of people from Chicago, people from Detroit, a lot of people from the Midwest. And obviously the temperature change, weather change is a big thing, which is why a lot of people love moving down here because they're like, we're living in the cold.
It's beautiful.
Our whole life, right? I'll take the 110, 115 for a few months because the rest of the year is pretty awesome, right?
Right.
But overall, like, what was that transition like, not only culturally for you, but as you're now really kind of diving into this thing that you want to do, that you had to take a step back from, but now you're like, I'm leaving where I'm from, new state, and I'm really going to pursue this thing. What was that transition like?
Oh, wow. It was just a lot of baggage back home, really. It was just a lot of baggage, issues with, family relationships. So, even though it was a culture shock, I think the culture shock was much better than what I was really dealing with internally.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? With relationships, friends, family, and I was just kind of disgusted with everybody. So just moved out here and, tried to, plant new roots.
New seeds,
New
for
seeds,
sure. Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? And it was a culture shock. And then it started to, I started to become acclimated.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, to it. And then not, and then again. And, it's like kind of on and off. Like, it's like, I can dig it here. And then I'm like, no, it's not enough culture. And then it was the whole food thing. Like, I go out here and I try to look for, like, good, flavorful, like, quality, fresh.
Let's talk about it.
Just delicious food, and I cannot find it.
Okay.
It has been so hard, and I'm just like, I'm going to just start chefing it at home and just, cooking my own food because I'm tired of going to these places and, they're selling me spaghetti for pad thai, and I was like, I did that on my own. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, go to the 99-cent store and get some spaghetti and throw some pad thai sauce on there.
Right.
But yeah, they totally tried to trick me a couple of times at these restaurants. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Have you been back home since?
Oh my God, I went back 2019 for my daughter's 18th birthday.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So between that whole stretch, had you been home?
Yeah, I would go
a couple times.
I would. Yeah, I always get that nostalgia when I see Chi-Town in a movie or something. I was like, that's my city. I love it. Oh my God. Yeah, but it's just like when I went back, I was like, I kind of still like AZ, but I'm not gonna move back home, but. I'll still visit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every now and then.
Okay.
But I do like our yacht society. They have like yachts in Chicago, Lake Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could get on a yacht.
Because Phoenix ain't got no water.
No, it's no water.
There ain't no water around here. It's pure desert.
No, all they got is some toy boats that you put in the bathtub.
That's it. That's all we got, man.
They got them crankers. You got to crank that boy up, let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You got to pretend.
Yeah.
There's no yacht culture here, but yeah, that's the reason I like going back home, just for like that.
I want to kind of go back to the massage. My mom and dad had a massage business when I was growing up
nice.
back in California. And I kind of want to get your perspective on, because I used to love to hear my mom and dad talk about the power of touch and how healing that is. And like from your perspective, what has that done for a lot of people? How have your clients that you have?
Wow. I've healed quite a few people with the art of touch. It basically increased my empath abilities. I was able to. I have some amazing stories, like just being able to know what my client is going through without them even articulating it. Was very astonishing for some of them because they're like, oh my God, you know exactly what I'm going through. You know, I can feel, you know, the energy of grievance. I can, you know, feel the energy of conflict and confusion. I can feel conflict in relationships, whether it's, you know, with family. It was so many different things that I learned about myself. I was like, am I becoming a psychic here? You know, it just enhanced some abilities that I didn't even know I had.
And I think we all have it, right?
Yeah.
But I think you're just more in tune because you're actually physically touching somebody,
Right.
and you know that energy. There's an energy there, right?
Yeah.
And it's transferring back and forth between the person that's on the table or the chair to you actually, you know, getting into those muscles and you know and doing that stuff. And I've always found it fascinating. My mom and dad got stories for days about this person had ailments, and then after a few months they didn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're moving it in and out of their system. Now, I want to flip on the other side. Is there? Do you ever get grossed out by massaging people sometimes?
The only time is when they don't bathe.
But don't bathe.
That's the only grossed out time I get.
Yeah, because you're like, you should probably take a shower.
And I just noticed, like, doing massages, most men have really nice feet.
Oh, interesting.
They do. They
Very
do.
interesting.
Most men have really nice feet. I mean,
wonder
because
why
you
that
guys
is.
are always in socks and shoes. You know,
okay.
You know, your heels ain't all raggedy and tore up and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
so it's kind of different with the men when it came to foot massage. I'm like, are these women walking barefoot out here?
That's crazy.
Like, I never experienced that before.
They had that bedrock,
like the heel. It's just.
That's crazy. I saw you look down to make sure we had socks and shoes on. So you was like,
We got socks and shoes on.
y'all be having socks and shoes on, right? She was like, I'm saying this, but I'm sure make sure you ain't got that string in the toe. You know what I'm saying?
Not all guys, but
yeah.
majority of them that I massaged.
That's very interesting.
I was pretty surprised about that. Yeah. And men love massage. A lot of people used to say, like, maybe like 10 years ago, men weren't. I don't think like 10 years ago you guys were as into massage as you are like now. But around 10 years ago, it was like men rarely got massages.
That is interesting because I grew up with it. So
Right.
for me, it was normal.
Right.
You know, as a kid growing up, you know, you get growing pains or whatever, right? So, you know, my mom, she would, you know, massage her legs or whatever, you know, wherever it was kind of hurting, and just powerful stuff.
Yes.
Right? And so to me, it was normal.
Right.
But when you get out and you're older and into the real world, you're like, well, just go get a massage. It'll make you feel better. And they're like, I don't do that.
No, they used to think it was like, you know, like girly, you know, to get a massage. Like men are just. I spoke to a guy like maybe like 3 weeks ago, and I was telling him, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm the massage therapist here at Lifetime, and he was like, guys don't get massages. And I was astonished he said this. So,
Right.
so I started asking other guys. I was like, do you get massages? And they were like, of course. I'm asking another person, you know, you get massages? And I was like, wow. And a lot of people used to think like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also think, too, like, if you think about it, right, like, in the sense of a massage is normally put together with, like, a spa day, right? So, like a lot of times, you know, you want to spoil your wife, your significant other, you get them a spa day, right? So you get them a day where they're going to get their nails done, toes done, right, hair done, and then at the end of it, here's a relaxing massage. Where I think that men don't really. You're starting to see it more now, where men are actually getting pedicures, manicures, taking care of themselves,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
But it just wasn't a thing where it wasn't the status quo, right? And the status quo was you run until the wheels fall off, and if you hurt, you just either pop something to take care of it, right?
Right.
Or you bear through it. So I think as information is now more available, you're starting to see, and men just get older and get, like, I think there's a point in your life you cross that threshold where you're like, I don't give a damn no more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm aching and I need to, you know, like I need a massage.
Do you see the
everyone
demographic being a certain type of demographic with men in particular?
you know, white men always like massage.
Okay. Okay.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They've always liked massage. Never a feminine thing to them. It was kind of like, I'm aching. I need to be relieved.
Right.
With black men, it was kind of like, you know, is there a happy ending afterwards?
I was waiting for it. I wasn't going to say that.
But there's levels to this. There's levels to this.
Okay, let's talk about it.
And it's usually, you know, like I call them the street guys. You know what I'm saying? You could just tell, you know, they're not blue collar or anything like that. Just, you know, the thugs in the street thinking, you know, they're the ones who have that mentality. Like, oh, it's something else. I'm like, no, nothing else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's just massage. I was like, and it's more beneficial than whatever that other release you're trying to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, this release will last much longer.
Yes.
You know? Much longer. So.
Oh, man.
TJ didn't tell you?
No,
I'm like off the chain. Like, I will say anything.
No, that's I love it.
You're good.
I love it. So
there is a stigmatism though with that. Like, I remember, you know, just growing up, you know, my parents had a shop, obviously, and then people would come in going, is there a happy ending to this?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, no,
True.
we're licensed, actually just do for therapy reasons and stuff like that to make you feel better, you know. But, I mean, all the way through, my dad lasted longer than my mom did in doing it. But even till the last time my dad did massage, it was, you know, people coming in and going, you know, or being associated by the city, hey, you know, you don't want to be too associated by, like, a porn store. You know what I mean? Like, because then if you're too close, then you can get associated with, oh, they could do happy endings over here.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right,
There was just
right.
a lot of weird stigmatism along with therapeutic massage. You know, and I just think for years, especially with men, that's what they thought. You know, it was like, oh, I'm just going there to get that happy ending, you know?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of people call me masseuse, and masseuse are the ones who do what we're talking about. I'm a licensed massage therapist.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I come with that professional, you
Right.
know,
paperwork.
with the paperwork and everything, I mean, I'm like, don't even ask any more questions.
Okay.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
All right. I love it. So, let's kind of get into this event. And I'm curious, like, how did this event come up? Let's talk about the event. I'm going to let you explain it. But how did it come up? Because it's the first annual, for one. And there's layers to it that only you can explain. I can't give those details. So let's talk about this super dope event celebrating fathers in hip hop, in our culture, and let's talk about it.
Well, sometimes I just get bored.
Okay.
And I just want to create something, you know, that has purpose, that has substance. I don't go to the clubs anymore.
Okay.
And so a lot of times I'm just like seeking to do something different. And I try not to follow trends. I try to create trends when it comes to, I call it my grown and sexy era, you know? And I want to get out there and I want to network. I want to create opportunities for people to connect. I feel like creative minds need that space.
For sure.
So I started thinking about doing something for Father's Day at first. And something happened with the venue. I wasn't able to get that venue. It was pretty expensive too, so I'm kind of glad I didn't go.
Okay. Yeah.
It was really expensive. And so I was like, oh, because I want to do something real nice, because everyone says no one does anything for Father's Day. Fathers really don't, you know, people don't go all out for Father's Day, and I really wanted to do something nice. And TJ was like, Father's Day could be any day. It doesn't just have to be on Father's Day. And I was like, okay. Because it was going to be like this whole formal thing and this whole, tie thing, tie and gown and all that. And it's just too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
It's just too hot to
That's a
even
fact.
do anything like that. So I'm glad there was a switch, and now it's more laid back. It's more comfortable. It's an all-white pool party and then all-black award ceremony. So I'm giving everyone a little bit of everything in one day party.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I wanted to do something to acknowledge, like, I call them young men because they're all, like, younger than me.
Okay.
Except TJ, we're about the same age.
TJ's still a young man, too.
He is, and he still looks like a young man.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to, do something to, like, give them that motivation, that encouragement, that push to keep on going, because it's hard to keep doing something over and over again and not get the support that you need, so this is that platform to say, keep going, what I'm saying, keep pushing, keep moving forward. It's going to get better. I'm not a promoter or anything. You guys heard I'm a massage therapist.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, how did the link between you and TJ, and then how did we get to this point to the event?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question. So in 2017, I did my first annual Black Excellence Awards.
Okay.
And I don't know how I ran into TJ. I think I must have been intrigued by him on Facebook, and every time when I reach out to him about something, it's like my skull just starts to tingle and stuff. And I was like, ooh, like, I love being around creative minds. So I was like, yo, I always start sounding like I'm New York when I'm
when you're
around
TJ.
It's like, I don't even know where it comes from.
Look,
I'm like, yo, this what I'm about to do.
Me and him are from the West. We get around TJ, be like, yo, son.
I
call
know,
him
yo, son.
I'm like, yo, son, all right, son, I'll holler at you, son.
I don't know he
all
does
right, B.
that.
All right, B. Yeah, it's like that, B. Yeah, for
I don't know how he does it,
For
but
sure,
it'll
for
just,
sure.
the New Yorker come out in me, and I'm not even a New Yorker.
Never even been there, yeah. That's a fact. That's a
does
fact.
that. And so I was just telling him about it, and then just everyone just started just forming like Voltron for the event, and it happened. And I was like, it was just so amazing how it just manifested itself. Like, it's like I wrote it down and I put it out there, and the universe that just took care of the rest. I didn't even have to go out there looking for people. People were coming to me, and I was like, oh, this is in alignment with what I'm feeling and what I'm doing. I'm like, yes, this is good. I love that feeling.
So do you think?
So I'm a thrill seeker. So that's why. The Fathers of Music Awards came about, because it's like I like that tingle. Do you know what I'm saying? So
do you see yourself kind of, because I'm putting it together here, I'm seeing the puzzle pieces, they're on the table, being that advocate in two ways, for the grown and sexy, right? And I mean, and I think it really has to be said, because, in our culture today, popular culture is always young, right? It's always young. It doesn't matter. You can go as far back as cave days, right? It popular culture is always young. But I feel like, even when I was growing up as a kid, we had functions, and the functions, the functions might be at it might be at Drea's house over here. It might be at the local pool, or we all gonna get together at the park and have a barbecue, have a good time. and the kids gonna do their thing, but the grown folks gonna do their thing. We gonna electric slide. We gonna get out here and do our damn thing, right? And I think as that's gone on, you don't really see it advertised as much. You don't like it's in a little corner that if you know, but if you don't, you don't.
Right. Right.
And everything now is, social media is very young. And so there has to be an avenue of people who aren't really on this side of things that still want to have a good time. Because, man, these kids be wilding nowadays.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm good. But have a good time. Have a cocktail if you wish. Not have a cocktail if you don't want to. But just have a good ass time with people that are like minded, creative. Want to dress up, want to feel good for a night, take your wife out. Like, do you feel like that's something that you're going to look to start doing, is being an advocate for that type of event?
I would love to be an advocate for that. That's in alignment with, the path that I want to take to be able to still enjoy myself while I'm grown.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's so much more out there than just the club.
Yeah.
There's a whole world out there just waiting for us to get in it.
Yeah.
And I want to get in it and create some memories, meet some people, make some dynamic connections.
Tell us what's going to be happening at the event. So obviously we got the pool party, right?
Yes.
We got DJ there.
Of course.
Of course. All right. And then what happens in the evening? What can we expect?
So let me tell you the lineup for the entire event. The all-white party, we're going to have DJ Frost.
Okay.
He'll be spinning reggae, Afro beats, hip-hop. And so we're going to have Gentile, the Outlaw, perform.
Okay.
Also Young Flame, he's doing his debut.
Dope.
And a fashion show, I'm looking for models, guys. Like male models, female models for the 29th. So I'm still thinking about doing a fashion show. This is an independent designer. I call them like struggling artist. He's like a struggling artist. What is it called? Drip by Black Jesus. So it's kind of like customized wear, so he's customizing, some stuff, denim and swimwear showcase. That's for the all-white party.
Okay.
So for the all-black awards ceremony, we're going to have Devontae Evans, a really talented young artist, hip-hop. TJ is going to receive an award. Dre is receiving an award, in case you didn't know.
Okay.
You didn't know that, did you?
I had heard maybe, but it wasn't confirmed.
It's confirmed.
Okay, that's what's up.
Confirmed.
Appreciate it.
Dre, Gentile, Frost. And the reason why I chose these guys was because, like, some of the obstacles and struggles they've been through. Gentile lost his mom, like, a couple of years ago.
Okay.
DJ Frost just lost his dad, actually a couple of months ago. And so, it's like, I don't know, I'll reach out to them every now and then if I see like a post that makes me kind of like, is your mental health okay?
Yeah, right. You good?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I will reach out to them every now and then if I see some kind of post that, make me think like, hey, is there something going on? See you post that on Facebook, you all right? Saw that on IG, you okay? So yeah, I'm like the mother figure, I'm hot, but I'm sure they all want me,
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I like to be the mother figure of the, of the whole event. And so, yeah, I'm kind of doing my mothering thing. Like,
that's dope.
I want to give you an award. here's a sticker for being great, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And look, that is, it's funny, but it's extremely important.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
It is.
As you get older, as a man, you do want to get acknowledged, whether it's in a relationship or, at an event or, especially if you're out there on the grind, just all the time. And I see these people posting, on Facebook. I see them on Instagram, and I'm just like, wow. Like, I respect that. Like, you are, so motivated that even if you don't get a 50 likes or 100 likes, you're still just doing pushing it every day, just pushing it every day. And I respect that so much. So that's why I wanted to do something like this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you think that your journey has contributed to that? Like, kind of you going through the rigmarole that you had to go through, and also kind of the experiences that you've had transitioning, being a massage therapist, has now lent to you being like, I had to go through this and I see it happening, so I want to be, now that I'm in the position that I'm in, I want to be able to afford that to somebody else.
Absolutely. It's definitely my empathic abilities to, subconsciously create something without even knowing how it will affect others. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going into this just, like, oh, I just want to, do an awards for, these guys, but, subconsciously it's like way deeper than that. It's like, it's like how you say it, it's a hug. Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
I like that a lot. And it is because
sometimes that's all you need, though, right? It's just a hug. It's to be embraced and be like, hey,
right.
I see you.
I see
and
you.
I love you.
Oh. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Sometimes it's all it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. You touched me right there.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So, what can we expect? What else can we expect at this award ceremony? Like, obviously,
Kathy Blaze is going to be there too, huh?
Yeah,
shout out to Kathy Blaze.
Yes, Kathy
I love you.
Shout out to Kathy Blaze. Yes. We love Kathy. We just talked to her a couple days ago. I love Kathy Blaze.
Yes, I was so happy that she decided to, be a host for me for the event, because I'm going to be all over.
You're going to be everywhere, yeah.
I'm going to be all over the place. So I say I'm the hostess, but most likely someone else is going to host the all white, because I'm going to still...
Yeah, you driving and high five.
Yeah,
that's all you do. Driving and high five, and that's it.
Exactly. I don't like being in the limelight. I'm like on the back end.
Okay.
That's where I shine. Like, I'll give everyone else the spotlight, and I'll do everything I need, behind the scenes. And I love behind the scenes.
So, I have this like internal feeling that like this event is kind of the thing that's going to kickstart some other stuff. I feel like you're masterminding some stuff, and you're not.
I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Can we talk about it? Can we bring it to, or is it still in the?
It's going to manifest itself, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a culture. How you say it? Like I influence culture.
Okay.
With some of the things that I do.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not that it has never been done before.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just, sometimes you just have to be a trendsetter and go away from what everyone else is doing and do something different. And then everyone catches on. Even if I'm not, super acknowledged because of it, because that's usually what happened. The person who creates it gets kind of lost in the mix of it once the hype is picked up.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? So she started that. You know what I'm saying? I remember that.
Right.
But the people who have the following and the followers and the support, you know what I'm saying? They're going to run with it. So thank me now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your next event in October? No, I was. You said November. When is it? When did you say your next event? No, I'm messing with you.
But I do have something in the making, though.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I have a nonprofit called AZ Arts Initiative.
Okay.
It's a education and empowerment program for adults and for youth and adults.
Okay.
So I'm basically, I never forget, like when I was at my crossroads, I would always like emerge myself in like some kind of training program. Like I just, that was like, you know, like my safety net. Like I needed to absorb some type of knowledge to keep me, you know what I'm saying, from, you know, living this life of despair, always thinking,
in it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Just
sure.
drowning in despair. So education has been my lifeline. You know, like when I'm going through something, it's like what I did was stupid. I was not, you know, like in a stable job. I'm working a 9-to-5, and I just quit my job and enrolled in school.
Right.
Who does that?
Right.
But even though I went through what I went through and I got evicted and everything, it was like a seed was planted, and it was still in my head. And even though I was going through that struggle, I was like, I'm going to get my certification. You know, so it was something that motivated me out of whatever I was, you know what I'm saying? Like that bad time I was going through.
Well, you know, out of doing this show, and I just find it fascinating, there's two things. One, timing is everything.
Absolutely.
Timing is everything. Because you talked about, you know, having a spot during Father's Day was too expensive. Now we're coming towards the end of July. It's a better spot. It's, you know, things came together. You know, you moving from Chicago, you taking the leap of faith, basically, and from quitting your job, basically, and doing all that. Just timing is everything. The other side of that is also the hurdles, right? We are always presented with hurdles. We hear it constantly, and I love to hear you just get over it. In the sense of, you know, what I mean is you go through it. You go through it, you jump that hurdle, and you're like, yes, I got through it. Just because of the persistence of just moving forward.
Right.
You know, and I love your story because it's that, you know, it's taking that journey, and even though there's struggle, a lot of people will give up, and a lot of people will go, well, that didn't work, I'm giving up, and it's like, no, you still got to go through the hurdle.
Yeah, you do.
And then the other side of that is the timing wasn't right yet.
Right.
Just wait.
Absolutely.
Be a little bit patient.
Absolutely.
It'll come to you.
Absolutely.
It's okay. You know, and I think that's a very powerful message of what we've been talking about this whole time. You know,
amazing. Yeah,
I love it. Well, was there anything we missed before we get up out of here? Anything that you would specifically like to talk about besides the event?
Besides the event?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know what y'all in for. Because I don't know what it is about me, but I meet some very, very interesting people. And when I said, you know, like sometimes, like this event is a symbolization of this big hug, I recently hugged someone who did 8 years in prison and just have testimony after testimony after testimony. And you know, he's just telling me his truth,
right?
You know, and so one of his truth is polygamy. He's like really into that.
Okay. And
I was just like, this is so fascinating because he's the second guy that I met that's into that. So is there conversations? You guys hearing about this, or is this just
I'm OG.
me?
Yeah. I'm OG, and I got three, and I got
you
three.
Got 3 wives?
I got 3 kids. 1 wife, 3 kids, and let me tell you something. I'm good.
You don't want no more.
Oh, no more.
Don't add no more to that mixture.
The 2 dogs sent me over the edge. So you know what I mean.
I don't know what
I'm dealing with sanity every day.
I know. I think it's the Samuel. What's his name? Kevin Samuel.
Oh, Kevin Samuels.
Or it may not even be him. It could be some other people who influence that culture, because people always are influencing these subcultures.
I think I think it's one of those. Again, we live in this world of information. So
right.
Everything's
people
like
are opening Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I don't think anybody knows what they want, so they're just like, oh, I'm gonna try this. It's like going to the candy store, and they're just like, man, I want, give me everything, stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes you need somebody to be like, nah, man, don't get the gobstoppers, man. You like the Kit Kats. You know what I'm saying? But I want to try. No. You like the Kit Kats. Don't be over there messing with them. You know what I mean?
I hope he sees this program. And I really feel like he needs to debate with men like you, because I feel like I have no weaponry. It's like I'm talking to him, and I'm just like, he was like, I dig it that, you know what I'm saying, you're not into it, but and I'm just so intrigued by the conversation, and I was just like, what is making you think this way? What is making you geared towards spreading your seed to so many? And then I call them the Canaanites, because that's what Nick Cannon was doing. The Canaanites,
Okay,
So I think, and I think a lot of those celebrities also influence culture as well.
For sure.
So it's
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think not just with that, but I just think people are. There's more information now, so
yeah.
To each their own. Do your thing. That's all. Hey, do your thing, Pippin. You got it. I'm gonna still love you, but I got mine over here.
Okay, eat all the candy in the candy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Do what you got to do. Get you a number 5
Knock
and a number
out.
2. You know what I'm saying? Get you a number 5 and a number 2. You can have breakfast and dinner at the same time. So you got it.
Yeah, that was the only interesting thing that is going on in my life right now. Just talking to someone that's kind of like into that. And I was just like, what is this all about? But see, I'm like an observer. Like I love engaging in stuff that, like people don't normally talk about.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay, because most sisters would have been like, you're crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't even come this way. I'm like, oh, tell me more.
Yeah.
Right.
What else? What is your, what makes you think this way? But yeah, I think it's the Canaanite.
Oh, Canaanites.
Yeah,
I like that.
You probably got stories for days, though, because
Oh, my
people
God.
probably. You're almost like a therapist. I mean, you are a therapist, but I mean, like a like psychologist. People get on the table and they're like, "Oh, this feels good. Let me tell you this, man.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you about polygamy, man. I tell you what.
Yes. And
I'm into it. Let's go."
I definitely have that effect. People,
Yeah.
I mean, people just, for me, I seem like the type of person that they can just tell their deepest thoughts to.
Well, you be pressing on them, and they'd be like, just opening
that
up
shoulder.
doors.
Use that shoulder blade. Use that
like,
shoulder blade. You don't know. You unlock the whole secret. You know what I mean? You unlock level 10 in them. You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you something, man. I never told nobody this, but
That's exactly how it goes down.
Maybe we need to come back and we need to chop it up with all these different stories that you got.
yeah, we need a whole story break it down episode.
Oh my goodness.
That's what we need.
That'd be fun.
No, I need to get those dudes I was telling you about on here.
Well,
And I just want to see you guys battle it out. Like, I just want to see that.
I'm just gonna let them go where they go. I'm gonna egg it on.
No, I need someone. Because I'm just like I'm real subtle with, my statements. No. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I'm
right.
not with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to elaborate.
But at least you had the conversation
right.
of where you coming from with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's important.
Exactly. But I was telling him that most of my issues with whatever it is that he's trying to pursue is that, you know, I could never be under like full dominance. Like do you know what I'm saying? I have a hard time with that. So, and I don't think that a man should want to fully dominate.
So you like it the other way, then?
Yeah, I like to be the dominant. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
With the whips and everything else going on.
Hard.
I got the all black on, so.
Oh, yeah, keep going, man. I'm taking this. I got a sip to take, man.
Oh, my God. I mean, every time TJ has me on his show, it goes just like this. We're just like, we talk about so much. He was asking me, like, what name did he want me to have on his show? And I was like, Keisha the therapist. And then, like, last night, I texted him, I was like, Keisha the nasty girl, and he just started laughing so hard because I was thinking about Nas, because you know a Nas song, he was talking about like how the chicks was feeling him and he nasty and all that, and I was like, Keisha Nasty, sounds good.
Keisha Nasty, the massage therapist.
Yeah.
And you wonder why they come in and ask for the happy ending. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You know, and then Lena Marie's there too, so I know she's adding into it.
Yeah,
you know, man.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, get the nasty thoughts out your mind.
Yeah. Keisha, the therapist. Okay.
Yes. The therapist.
That's sometimes nasty from time to time.
Little asterisk part.
That's that disclaimer. Yeah, right. That disclaimer when they be talking about take this medicine.
Yeah.
Right, and they be like, this can cause.
You gotta read you gotta read that
clause. You better read the bottom of that paper. You better read it.
Yeah, this is definitely good times.
Yeah. Well, Miss Keisha, we appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
Let them know about the event.
Yes.
Day, time. Let them know when they need to pull up, how much it costs, all that good stuff.
All right. So it is July 29th at Egyptian Motor Hotel, 765. Is it East Grand Avenue?
We're going to sprinkle all that in. We'll sprinkle it.
Yeah.
It'll be there.
So it's Egyptian Motor Hotel. The all-white party starts at 3 p.m., from 3 to 7:30 p.m., and from 7:30 p.m. to 10:30, the all-black award ceremony. Tickets are on sale now. You can get advance tickets for $25, VIP tickets $35 until July 25th. And then we will increase the price if you don't get them tickets now. You know, but I'm sure you can handle a little $5 increase. Also, you can purchase tickets at the front door. Yes.
Awesome. And for all the fellas that, no, I'm just messing.
We'll get another therapist for that.
Yeah, for sure. Where can they find you on social media?
Queen of Massage AZ.
There it is.
Yes.
Nice. Awesome.
And that's on Instagram.
On IG.
On IG.
Well, thank you so much for coming through. We really do appreciate it. It was awesome. You got to come back. We got to get some more stories.
I got a lot.
I love the stories.
For sure.
Anyways, you guys stay safe. You guys stay positive, and make sure you take a shower when you're getting a massage, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And as always, this is The Gray Space.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.